Hello and welcome to another Forge Lines Forever stream. I'm your host Swkoll, and today I'll be doing a stream. I've returned from a week vacation, and I'm ready to start doing the stream and stuff. I'll be casting 2 games to start off. A 1v1 or 2v2 on Sirtis with Kosher, and then a nice Voodoo 1v1 ranked with Ison. From the forums. Hope no one's casted them yet. No one's claimed them yet, so I'm going to just assume no one has them. So, links in chat, and without further ado, let's get this show on the road. And the game starts. So this game should be pretty good. 2v2s on Sirtis usually are. Sirtis is a very diverse map. You can do a lot of different setups on it. On some of the variants, like the 5v5 variant, or the 4v4 variant, or the millions of other Sirtis variants. Let's get this game open, and this show on the road. So hello and welcome to the Forge Lines Forever cast. I'll be your host Swkoll, and today we're looking at a 2v2 on Sirtis Major. It's that type of game. Bottom two, we have Duris and Tag Chosen versus Kosher and Chevalier. All going in a team game. 2 UEFs, Aeon and a Seraphim. Words, things. Of course, the Aeon and the Seraphim are on the same team, as Duris and Chosen are also on their team. Chosen has been playing a lot recently. Chosen typically plays some very interesting games, has a very distinct playstyle. So we can see with this very early Mech Marine. Let's see what else Chosen's doing, I'm interested. First Mech Marine and then 5 straight Engineers. For Sirtis, you've got the mass in the middle, which one or both players can go to. You can also send your ACU across to secure this. Of course, there is the option of sending both ACUs to mid and then sending them out, or keeping them there, pushing through, doing as people usually do, attempting to win games. I'm just going to check, make sure everything's working, and in doing so break things. Well, I can't read that. So, just gonna go ahead, not take an early air, but instead, we just keep going power, a second factory, possibly a rush factory, or to just produce artillery for the middle. Tag Chosen also going to be late to the air game, second land for him, with Chevalier doing more typical air builds. Kosher just getting that air factory and the land factory up on the ledge. Kosher with a very offensive Mech Marine, or lab if you will. Alright, Alex. We have a third game from him to cast later. Looks like an early roll will find itself a Mech Marine, whereas even without scouts, do beat Mech Marines, but it will lose half its health, trying to reinforce this lab. Lab, of course, threatening this engineer down on this cliff. Bit of harassment, but of course, Duris with a very aggressive middle play, ignoring air, going straight into the middle, has brought 3 Lobos with him. And 3 Lobos will be able to take down that PD very swiftly. He also has a scout, prepared to spot the PD. It looks like he'll just go ahead with that. Kosher, of course, getting to the middle a bit later. Less artillery, but still coming around. He does have the air. Scouting with an inti. Been unfortunate. He goes with the first and second inti, but no air. Of course, no air spawned. They're scouting. Dur's just going to do the defensive, forces out lots of flak. But at this point, just total NT production from all these players. Disappointed, not many bombers. Of course, Tag Chosen going with the defensive static AA turret. And eventually, just going to clean that up. The middle fight continues, both players reclaiming the walls. About to engage in attempting to win out the mid fight. Takes out the flak. Looks like those Aeon flaks Aeon Arties do take out the UEF Arties. So a bit less supporting fire from the UEF player. But that won't matter too much, unless they do target Dur's ACU, in which case they can provide serious supporting fire. Just audio levels a bit. And Chevalier going for lots of early power with the ACU instead of an aggressive ACU, just having it stay back, get the power. Now producing bombers with that ACU. Let's go to a nice split screen. Watch this fight in the mid. This bomber will come around. There aren't inties in the area. It looks like both ACUs maintaining very high health on the left screen. Let's see who does get the reclaim. Both ACUs reclaim at the exact same moment. It looks like it'll be split entirely evenly between the two teams. Of course, both Kosher with some pretty low power on for his team, but that is slightly compensated by Chevalier's heavy building power. Durst and Tag Chosen totally ready to take that power. And Bomber just comes around, picks up some artilleries. Nothing too much. Will look like it'll be cleaned up by the inties from Tag Chosen. Lots of static AA in support of Durus, who will now be allowed to take the civs. But Kosher, using his build capacity, has built up a nice land spam. And because he took half the mass, well, looks like Durus just putting that all into power. Only has 4 land factories working on tanks, where Kosher has significantly more. Chevalier pausing all his factories to get an early gun upgrade. No, that's a Tech 2. Early Tech 2 at minute 7. Rushing that out as quickly as he can. With 2 engineers in support. Though Durst does take the mid. Not much there. Without Tech 2 point defense to put there, you don't really need it till later. Although, nice work from Kosher. Denies these 2 mexes for a significant amount of time. Does some good micro with the Auroras. Attempts to take out this radar are unsuccessful. Let's alt tab it to see if anyone says anything. No, it's all good, it's all good. All good. Durst just gonna go Tech 2 with his own land factory. Gonna get out some standard Tech 2 engineers and immediately going for Tech 2 power. Just going for some very, very heavy eco play, which could be a bit dangerous standing in the middle like this without any supporting units. Tanks being brought up to the middle to fight there. And interesting, these 2 mexes given to the top player on both sides. And in a bit of an air fight, Tag Chosen looks like Tag Chosen will win with superior numbers, especially with support from Durus. Not to say there aren't a lot of static flaks that will make retreating difficult. Banks of flak being built up by Kosher in an emergency effort to defend his base from any possible bomber threat. And it looks like a push from Kosher directly through the mid. I believe I was wrong. Chevalier, no wait, I was right. Chevalier did get the gun. And is now pushing forward. Lots of static flak and support. And Tag Chosen without any real units will retreat. No upgrades on the comm, but is being blocked by his Tech 1 units. Can he escape? Looks like he's finally ordered to land back. Nothing really here to stop him. And there aren't enough units from Durus to defend against this push from Chevalier. Chevalier just units coming out straight into the battlefield. Artillery is taking down production from Tag Chosen. Terrible things. Terrible. But Tech 2 from Durus, now with Mongoose to counter the Aurora. And lots of bombers to help in that countering. Tag Chosen, looks like Tag Chosen has the drone upgrade. An upgrade that's so cheap, if you've got the time with an idle ACU, you might as well get it. And Tag Chosen, after stocking up so many Tech 2 gunships, goes in for a snipe on Chevalier, waiting for the moment when he's most far forward, out of the reach of all these Tech 1 static flaks, and an air fight ensues, Kosher bringing in all his inties in an attempt to save Chevalier. Chosen temporarily safe, but Chevalier going down below 3,000 health. Will he be able to get out of there? Goes into the red. He's almost near the static flak, but I don't think it'll be enough. And there Chevalier goes boom. Minute 10. Meanwhile, Duras with some aggressive auroras up in the top. Although GG. He thought he had Chosen for a second. Got red in the eyes. No, wait. Never mind. Ignore that statement. Got the tunnel vision I meant. And no share. Kosher will be in a tough position to take this back. Kosher did build the transport in advance, and he is going Tech 2 air with his own air factory. So getting that air back and maybe pulling off another snipe would definitely even this game up. But Kosher does have the opportunity to secure this. There are no advanced forces, and because that was kind of a snipe, Tag Chosen really lacks in any serious army capacity as a few tanks. Mostly everything died in that explosion, mainly his gunships. But it was definitely worth it for that very, very effective kill. Although Kosher's going to find it a bit hard to counter the Mongoose until his Tech 2 air comes up, and if he can win that, he can definitely have a much nicer time. These bombers doing wonderful work, though. Static flanks, many kills. With these new explosion effects, Kosher sacrificing his land factories. We're talking in the chat. Alright. And the Mongoose push forward against the Auroras. Shields coming in. Bombers doing wonderful work. Auroras definitely having trouble against bombers and Mongoose, as they are meant to do. Tag Chosen with additional gunships going to try and deny this area for Kosher for as long as possible. And just Mongoose going to kite these Auroras for days. As Tag Chosen got his Tech 2 up. Tech 2 with the drone. Interesting composition. Endurus gonna push through the middle. Or retreat through the middle. He has gun. So Durst basically got everything that counters Auroras ever. Shield does go down in this top fight, but kiting monkeys, as certain players will call them. Certain players know who they are. And it looks like at this point, Durst will decide to switch to pillar production, possibly either scouting or expecting this Tech 2 land counter. Does he see blazes or something, or more likely obsidians? But after completely winning that fight, and somewhat denying this isn't total denial. Some NGs are out, the factory's still up, the land units are moving around, and Swiftwind is doing a nice job taking this out. Kosher's real threat is this Mongoose force. There is no flak with it, so gunships are an effective counter. And just TMD being constructed. Looks like Kosher will fight with his ACU. Let's see what he has on that comm. He has double gun. Double gun on an Aeon Commander. Will definitely get him the range. Overcharge takes out the shield and a Mongoose. Continued fire takes out other Mongoose. More overcharges completely driving these Mongoose away. And a last overcharge takes out 2 more, leaving this force a fragment of what was before. Tag Chosen somehow getting some silly tanks. We'll be able to kill the build capacity around Kosher's main Tech 2 factory, but he does have many factories now upgraded to Tech 2, all producing obsidians, and when these 5 obsidians complete, it'll be a rough time for the bottom side team. Edgy's building emergency Tech 1 point defense. Mongoose just don't care. And Durst, making a nice force, will try to deny this. Although a good chunk of the reclaim has been gathered by Kosher's engineers. And Kosher pushing forward. Tech Chosen Gets 2 TMLs. What's the range on these guys? All the Tech 2 capacity, not the eco, but the Tech 2 capacity is a threat. A big threat. And these wins up here, denying slight bits of map control for Kosher. Kosher, even with these 2 players, but he is outnumbered. Obsidian's now moving out to the bottom. We'll be able to free that up. And allow himself to control that in the later game. But Kosher with this double gun ACU, now with many Obsidians in support, will be able to do a nice job. Durst coming in for a drop, but he's a bit too late. There are 4 Obsidians. Looks like he'll opt to just drop on this ledge. Chosen's drone is out doing a reclaiming mission. Lands a land spam, but I don't know if that will ever complete. Kosher's ACU continues the pressure against the Mongoose. Mongoose having difficulty dealing with the pillars, as they typically, or Obsidians as they typically do. And all missile launchers now being produced by Duras, perhaps anticipating some Tech 2 point defense, but that won't come up. Tech Chosen fires off silos from the TMLs. Target, I assume, might be the HQ. HQ does have the same health as a normal factory. No, it doesn't. It has twice the health. And 2 TMLs hit, but it is not enough. Tech Chosen comes in with the Janus Bomber, but there's lots and lots of swift ones here. I don't know if it's enough. Chosen doing some nice dodging, but not all the dodges connect, or so not all the bombs connect, but just bombers are cleaned up quite nicely. More TMLs fire off. HQ goes down. Hampered Chosen's, or Kosher's land production a little bit. But he still has his other 4 factories that wouldn't have been as effective as it was before Angi-Mod. Or the other way around. Never mind. But either way, let's see. Has anyone said anything? Oh, it's nice. Meteor. Good to hear that your McDonald's is close by. Jazz Bomber continues. Kosher down to below half health now. Just a thorough retreat. But this force of Obsidians, there's not too much to stop it. Though Durst now producing Percivals. They have a nice fancy little icon now. X. Not exactly sure what the X stands for, other than they're Percival. Probably nothing. And Tech 3 artillery is in the mix. What is the target? Possibly the build capacity, possibly Kosher's ACU. So he's trying to hit something in that area. Can't entirely make it. Blazes moving out. No good damage on his fighters. And everything is given over to Duras. Why is everything? I assume Chosen has to go somewhere, do something. Or Duras is doing something expensive now. He's just continuing Percival production. So Kosher has really secured his expansion. He's done what he needs to do. Now, easily comparable ecos. Kosher much higher. Actually, it looks like Tech Chosen spending his eco trying to get some upgrades. Tech 3, I presume. That's not gonna work. Artillery shells fall in a not entirely effective fashion. That's okay. They're getting cleaned up anyway. Lots of TMLs out. And lots of Tech 2 land from Kosher. Kosher, of course, trying to make that Tech 3 land transition. Needs a new HQ in the back of his base. His previous HQs did not work. Didn't work out. They're just going to go ahead and build some defensive shields around his Tech 3 factory. Worried maybe about a bit of a snipe attempt. Because, in his favor, Kosher does have the air. The air control that typically befalls players who choose to play Aeon. This force grows stronger. Possibly the plan is to bombard with Tech 3 artillery. Now, that might work. You know, deny this build capacity. Get some good hits on some engineers. Maybe take out a power gen or two. If we look at the range on this Tech 3 artillery piece, actually quite localized. Can only hit a few nearby Tech 2 factories, which aren't actually producing anything. Now the game slows down a bit. Percival tries to take on a swarm of Tech 2 units. Percival does not like. You can only one-hit so many things. I believe the Percival is missing. Tragic. Tragic Percival. Didn't even hit its target. It looks like Durst's army will now move out. He's got many Percivals and Flax in the middle of the map. Lots of damage ready to be done. But, to be fair, Kosher trying to eco up. He's being more and more competitive with Kosher. In a critical land battle, there is the shield and the mongoose pillars. But will they be enough? This obsidian, these low health obsidians, will they be able to survive? Does not look like it. That's all that's left is the blazes, as the TML does eventually pick off these remaining Tech 2 factories, just producing engineers. Tech 3 land have one factory producing heavy assault bots. But Durst has to be careful that he doesn't lose the eco game. He doesn't feed any serious reclaim to Kosher. But if he doesn't do that, he's got this game. Things don't look good for Kosher. Losing his teammate that early on was not fun. Lots of TMLs in here. And looks like Durst will decide to move out through the middle. Percivals, of course, can counter these heavy assault bots, especially in even numbers, the Percival being so much more expensive, and that's its actual role. Though slightly nerfed now, with the increased build time. Some slight list. Oh, but the flax! It looks like that air just got out. Skin of its teeth. Realizing that there was so much flak there and not moving in was critical. And that obsidian was just not meant to be. It looks like gunship's moving out. Defensively on this position down here. Bit of obsidian shooting out a shield. Oh, but if they could take out this Tech 3 power, that would be so amazing. Doesn't look like they'll be able to. Tech 3 air from Durst. Now producing ASF. Could probably win an air fight if one was to occur. And it looks like Kosher. He's got guts. He's gonna move in. What's he got? He's got double gun and no regrets. If these Percivals target the ACU, that will be deadly. But the overcharge being incredibly useful. Takes out 2 of the 3 Percivals. Looks like this third one will fall. And just a bunch of Tech 1 and Flak retreat. Kosher now has 4 Percival Wrecks to contend for and to use. But that might not help. Durst's mass income not really increasing that much. He's building mostly power. Transitioning to feeding most of these things into strap bombers and ASFs. Of course, Kosher has to realize that he's still... Actually, Kosher, full health. Pardon me. I guess those early slamping attempts have left him still at full health. Lots of Percivals getting stuck. Oh no. Maybe not sent out into battle as they should be. This is why we had NG mod Durst. Get factored right there. Just deck it. And now the gunships are moving out on the expansions, taking out, upgrading mass extractors. Oh, looks like that one will be spared. But instead of factory producing engineers will be the new target. Let's see. ASF versus Swiftwind, but Swiftwind are in number and have more micro to them. Or Kosher is microing his Swiftwinds better. Let's see, keeping them clustered up now in two groups. Look, he takes out most of the gunships, but it might not be enough. Just superior ASF. Two strap bombers move out on Kosher's position. The bombs go off. The target would most likely be the power. Is it a hit? Two bombs fall off, killing the power, and then killing the powers, or damaging the power wreck. There were multiple SAMs in this area. Kosher's eco, did that help or hurt? No, he was largely unaffected by that. As the game continues on, Durst continues to use his gunships. I'm going to do an Alt-Tab. See the chat. Alright. Chosen's back. Does he get his stuff? That was outside. No, outside is... Subcom is better. Of course. Of course, very low on the power, and Tag Chosen gets his stuff back. Now has a super eco. Durst with a slightly smaller eco, but still a super eco. Expansions are taking out lots of mass here, though. If Kosher can take this mass back from this air fight, oh man, that would be great for him. He's already on 35,000 reclaim versus 7,000, 14,000. It's much better on the reclaim fund. Chosen realized, hey, I got some full TMLs, let's fire him off. And so he did. Tech 1 Max. Is he shooting these at gunships now? 'Cause that would be pretty cool. He's firing them at empty mass points. And a nice scouting attempt from Tag Chosen. Sees what's happening. Sees the eco going on from Kosher. Kosher now getting close to out-ecoing them both. Well, meanwhile, has a nice land force. Never managed to really use this. It's a T. Is that a? It's a Tech 1 mass extractor. That's tragic. Another strap bomber trying to get in here, looking for maybe a Tech 2 power kill. Actually, no. The build capacity and massive amounts of damage dealt to Kosher's build capacity. Lost maybe a third of his ASF, or a third of his engineers there. Another trap bomber coming out, targets his land units, takes out the flak, severely damages the heavy assault bots, and just torture with these strap bombers now. Durst bringing in Janus bombers. Tons of Tech 3 artillery coming off. Janus bombers do a lot of damage to the Tech 3 land force, but they do remain. So not much left for Kosher other than heavily damaged Tech 3 assault force. And I assume he has something up his sleeve. That something is a GC. Durst with a massive land force getting a bit stuck. Someone PMing me. I always PM when I'm streaming because something bad might be happening. Stock, what are you even doing? Of course, Tech Chosen couldn't go around raiding these Tech 2 mass ejectors, keeping that eco of Kosher down and out of the game. GC is now started. He's going to be rushing them pretty quick, getting strap bombers of his own. Maybe in defense of this Tech 3 land force. This is going to be all these low health heavy assault bots versus the Percivals. There are a bit of Tech 2 punch events here. That won't really help. It'll come down to numbers of Percivals versus numbers of Harbies. It looks like Harbies, Percys do win through superior numbers. Are you done waiting before killing me? Is this kosher? All the mind games. Kosher with the strat. It is GC 20% complete. I don't know. Durst hasn't really been equaling Tag Chosen. Not particularly either. Control King, he is Tech 2 P-Gens for the extra mass, because Tech 3 P-Gens are the most efficient P-Gen. And it looks like Tag Chosen now with Tech 3 getting some upgrades. Fires up more T-Mail. Strat Bomber now coming out. Target is the Tech 3 Land Army. Does take out a bit of the flak. Takes a bit of damage. All the gunships that Kosher had brought in are now dead. Let's see what is Tag Chosen getting. Someone got the Billy. Someone got the Billy. Tag Chosen gets the Billy, minute 30. Why quit when you can play with your toys? Billy's a fine weapon. But Kosher coming out in his amazing overcharge skills. Kills all the Percivals, the ones that matter. Continues to push back the land force of Durst. Durst, of course, will need something now. Why use one TML to kill a Tech 1 Rex when you can use 2? Chosen logic. Of course, Chosen has now populated the rightmost expansion of Kosher. Kosher in a decent spot. Decently bad spot, that is. He's got his GC half done. Not much air to speak of. But has the bottom side scouted that? Let's see. Now does it look like they have? And Percival's Kosher's ACU just staying out of range. Doing perfect work. Takes out all the Percivals in this area. And now there goes Durst's land army. Tag Chosen continues to fire more T-Mills, trying to target that. Or was that his Billy? Oh no! Oh no. Tag Chosen fires his Billy. Let's see. Billy can't kill a comm. They can certainly heavily damage it. I already can deny the reclaim, if that counts. Billy comes in, goes directly over Kosher's commander. There's next to no damage to him, but it's fine. It was a scary explosion. Scouts go in, see Kosher unharmed. It's fine. It's fine, Captain. Looks like they did take out a mech, though. Was that close? Kosher realizing what he's done. Retreats. Tag Chosen coming in with more Janus bombers. Targets Kosher's ACU. Can Kosher survive this round? Actually, 2 of them fraying off into the base of Kosher, and it looks like they spot the GC just as it finishes. Looks like Chosen might need another Billy. Looks like they spotted it. They have fear of GC, LOL. More hits on Kosher's ACU, and now with the GC and Kosher's ACU, they're going to move out. So what's happening in the chat? More Billies fly off against everything being incredibly ineffective. Almost no damage done to the GC. GC immediately regenerates. Chevalier saying to look for a common mid, but Chosen is safe with his Tech 2 transport all ready to go. At his Billy manufacturing facility. Kosher's ACU taking out these Percies while the GC blazes ahead. Durst now spots the GC. Apparently hadn't seen it before. Immediately starts working on Tech 3 point defense. But Kosher's ACU continues to do damage. GC getting a nice bit of vet on a few inties. It looks like the Percy will get off one shot before dying to the GC. GC's in mid. Chosen doesn't care. He's just going to fire everything in the direction of Kosher's ACU. Kosher, mostly unscathed. Technically, point events are being erected, but at a painfully slow rate. Duras, you might want to get out of there, dude. There's Flak with the GC. Flak with the GC dodging everything. GC makes contact with the Tech 3 point defense. It's just not enough DPS. Duras has a bunch of Percys with him, too. Will that be enough? Maybe. But his ACU is very vulnerable. Percys move forward. Gunships coming in. But the GC continues its march forward against the forces of Duras. Targets the ACU. Duras' ACU trying to run out of there, but it's far too late. And Duras' ACU goes pop at minute 35. LOL. A Chevalier. LOL indeed. Somehow Chevalier still has an ego. Not sure how that happened. Oh, it looks like Duras gave everything over to Tank Chosen temporarily. And the GC continues its march. It's very low health now. With all the pretty new explosions. The march of the GC continues. What has Chosen got? Chosen has dropped himself over into deep into Chosen territory, or into Kosher territory. Billy's the calm, directly targeting that commander. We're hitting it with the Billy. Of course, explosion goes off, doesn't break the shield. Chosen, so disheartened by the fact that his Billy could not break the shield, continues his march forward into enemy territory. No attempt is really being made to defend against this. And there's some, like, PD and stuff. It doesn't count. And Mercy is being constructed by Kosher, an emergency attempt to snipe Chosen, and it's being incredibly effective. Chosen halfway on his next Billy. But even if it hits Kosher's ACU with a direct hit, it won't do enough damage to kill him. Chosen, you far overestimated the Billy, and how kind of lame it is. Building static AA, well, that'll do it. Take that, Kosher, and your mercies. Tech 1 point defense being constructed underneath the shield. Chosen, of course, with Tech 3 can regen at quite a fantastic rate, but not a rate fast enough to counter the fact that there's Tech 1 point defense here. Kosher, does Kosher have Tech 3 yet? No, still on double gun. Running outside the shield. Chosen running up into Kosher's face. It's a duel. Of course, things hitting him in the back. Looks like a heavy assault bot has been constructed. Chosen getting mercied again, and he goes down at minute 37. There was a way to throw a game. Man. I can't imagine that's not profanity. I had faith, Mr. Chevalier. Good job, Chevalier. Chosen, your Billy didn't work. I hate to tell you this. No, spoil it for you all, but Billy just didn't work. So thank you for watching. And, good night. Of course, for you on the stream, I'm still here. Let's see who's watching. No one I can recognize. That's fine. Everyone's spam my link in the chat. Oh, Meteor has good. Yay! Yay! No, I'm not leaving you. I'm still here. I've missed something terrible. What does Perkle mean? Someone tell me. Alright, so now with the Voodoo versus Ison game. Let's get rid of this. Stretch. So, how's everyone doing? I'm starting up. I've forgotten all my OBS hotkeys. It's terrible. Tragic, I know. Let's see. Here's the game. And my stroke of luck, it's the same map. Yay! I know how much you all love Series Major. It's not overcasted at all. La 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 la. Can't hear you. But both players going a nice ladder Aeon. Voodoo with the very polite, have fun and good luck. Ison, thanks, you two, you will win. Thanks, said Voodoo, as he knows his Voodoo supremacy through the power of the Hypnotoad is difficult to overcome. Although Ison, he has the power, he has the Aeon, he will overcome the overwhelming odds against him. Voodoo, of course, doing a nice Rush Hydro build with 1 NG and ACU to Hydro. Then ACU going to build up on the cliff. Of course, Ison going to go ahead, get his Hydro with 3 engineers a bit slower, then split them off to power spam, expanding, then reclaim. Going to get his factory up on the hill as well. A little faster to expand. Actually, similar rates to expand. And a nice scout from Ison up to the top. With Voodoo with some defending Auroras to the bottom, and with some nice scouts, we'll be able to see any and all raiding groups that will come towards him. Likes to talk. It's best we don't answer those questions or ask them. So Voodoo gonna go ahead, get that middle reclaim as quickly as possible. Ison just kicking back, chilling the back. He's okay. Just gonna go ahead, get those artilleries in the middle there. Immediately start working on those Tech 1 point defense, which will bother Voodoo's ACU, but not anymore. Scouts move in, aggressive scouting. Go, 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 go. Ison, dodge the NGs. You can do it. Scout all the way into the base. He sees the NGs. That 2 DPS. Unstoppable. It's unstoppable. So now air from Voodoo is now out. Gonna get some nice early interceptors. Not going for a bomber. Or if he did, I missed it. I don't know what would kill a bomber, though. Ison just going 3 energies on power. No air. Teching mass extractors. Going super eco. Super fast. And of course, Voodoo in the middle position. First, we'll be able to grab the Quantum Gateway, possibly in full. I'm not sure if Ison will be able to get there quick enough. Doesn't look like he will be able to. Voodoo just getting all that reclaim as he... Let's see, how much is he using? He's wasting most of it. That's fine. His opponent didn't get any, and that's what matters. Amazingly not power stalling during that. That's just how eco-skilled Voodoo is. And Voodoo going to do the NG drop on Series Major. Always a nice thing to see. Usually the drop goes around, drops right here, and guess what? Second land spam. This is possibly one of the more annoying things in Supreme Commander. Because if it happens to you, you now have to fight 2 fronts. That's not fun. Of course, Auroras versus Auroras. Auroras will win. And nice bombers from Voodoo taking out radars, taking out Engis. And the drop comes off. Let's see how long it'll take to be scouted. Will Eisen see their transport coming back? He sees the transport going around. He knows that he could know that there's something there. Of course, Voodoo immediately going to start spamming up factories, getting those factories to produce Auroras and Auroras to save the day. Of course, Eisen with his super eco all the time builds has lots of mass, lots of power. Power's nice. A small squad from Eisen trying to get in there, trying to deal with these engineers, but oh no, there's more Engis. The battle is very close to Voodoo's production, but it looks like most of the Engis will go down. One survives. One does survive. How's it going? Voodoo's just gonna run into a bunch of roars, it's fine. His AC was cool, and he's got supporting units. And of course the cool AC is the more important factor there, despite the fact that it is identical to all other ACUs. Nice, nice radar in the middle. Voodoo with a more conservative radar, but still pretty nice. And attempts on the radar did not get up. Eisen using Aurora Kitiness to win out this fight. Plus superior numbers. Nice scout from Voodoo, gonna see Eisen's techiness. And he's gonna fly right over all the mexes. And this drop looks like there's not much hope for it left. Voodoo, of course, going with the new plan, which is Tech to land, Obsidian spam all the way. And now with comparable power, with mass spent much more efficiently, Tech 2 P-Gen than all these Tech 1 P-Gens for Gs. Producing Tech 1 P-Gens constantly is very expensive. Tech 2 Air from Eisen, doing a fairly nice job there. I don't think this chat is very interesting. I think it's madness. But you're welcome to decide for yourself. I might post a copy of the chat into the VOD, just so people know what happened. What tragic things happened that day. At least you're not using emoticons. So, or the Twitch emoticons. Voodoo going to tech additional factories, all to Tech 2, getting all that build capacity he needs. Of course, Eisen somehow remaining competitive in the eco game through some miracle, while also remaining competitive in the lane game. Well, of course, that's possibly due to Voodoo spending all that mass teching all those factories to Tech 2. And Eisen builds mercies. Well, Eisen could be building mercies because he feels desperate, that he's worried that something terrible would happen. Voodoo's building static AA. It's Tech 2 power. I can see a mercy snipe. No, it's a bit far, I don't know. Of course, nice fights from Eisen down here. Doing wonderful work, takes out Voodoo's Tech 1 army. Takes down the shield. I don't know if there's enough Auroras to finish off all these Obsidians, especially once their shields go back up. If their shields go back up. Eisen trying to kite the Obsidian. And Voodoo sees a Tech 2 radar. Oh, I was hoping Voodoo was gonna get rid of that Tech 2 radar. That would have been great. And a nice retreat from Eisen. Going to let Voodoo take his land. Eisen scouting. He wants to see what he can do with these mercies. He wants to know. Voodoo, of course. He's a bit vulnerable to mercies if they were ever going to hit him. Multiple Tech 2 powers, and now a shield. Eisen, I like the mercies. If I had any sense, I'd mute all of you. But I don't, so it's okay. Well, at least I'll be able to find out whether YouTube's descriptions have a character limit. So now Voodoo, with additional Tech 2 reinforcements, going to push against the smaller Tech 1 force, closing the distance, then giving more distance. Voodoo scouts the Mercies. He scouted the Mercies. Oh no. Oh no. The Mercies have been scouted. You don't even know what. Horde of Auroras versus 1 Obsidian. Auroras take severe casualties but eventually win. More Tech 2 being produced. Tech 2 land. Very reactionary from Eisen. We're gonna have to somehow deal with all these Obsidians on the field. And the Mercies moves out. The Mercy. Only one of them, don't worry. I'm not exactly sure where this guy's going. Intends to do maybe the TMD. TMD? No, he's going to the south. He's going to the south. Mercy's getting into weird positions. Drops coming out from Voodoo now. Tech 1 drop with the loaded up with the Obsidian. Looks like that. I'm gonna say that Mercy died to the Tech flak. And pushes from Eisen on the top. Voodoo managing to grab those mass extractors. Stack the Tech 1 mexes. That's what matters. And 2 simultaneous drops with Obsidians. Get in. Do the damage, get out. And this one, target next to 2 Tech 2 mexes, that could be deadly. Though Eisen does have a lot of build capacity nearby. Ready to do some serious spamming. Eisen with his ACU doing nice overcharges against the Obsidian. Taking out many Obsidian. And now a push from Eisen in the middle takes out the TMD. Takes out mexes. Tech 2 mex is now at risk. Mercies from Voodoo do the counter Mercies. Now Mercies are the counter to Mercies, right? So these things work, and both Tech 2 mexes go down. Eisen's ego significantly hampered, but not irrecoverable. Because Eisen's doing some nice things. He's got some nice attacks. He's got some Obsidians of his own this time, ready to bring the pain right to Voodoo's doorstep. Voodoo, of course, now switching it up to Tech 3 land. You need that Tech 3 land sometimes. As much as you need those Mercies flying around. They're 10 health. And Voodoo's base being directly assaulted by artillery and Obsidians. There's not much here to stop it, so it's up for the Harpies to show up. Mercies being stockpiled. Can they do anything? Many Mercies. Where's Eisen's ACU? Eisen's ACU staying around with Tech 2 flak in the distance, with decent radar coverage to see the Mercies coming. Now Voodoo just losing Tech 2 mass extractors now. Eisen evening up the eco game and setting it back a few minutes. Aurora's kiting Obsidians quite nicely. I kind of want to look at the judge. Mercy's moving in against the ACU, but the flaks, 2 Tech 2 flaks in position. Looks like all the Mercies go down. Soul funds are brought in. A nice bit of mass is now deposited. Actually, I don't think Mercies leave Rex because they have such low health. But that's okay. Eisen is safe. Voodoo has wasted mass. And lost mass extractors, but he'll now have a nice mass field to reclaim from this Tech 2 land battle. Be quite fine for him. Eisen, of course, with so many land factories all over the map. Can take any of these to Tech 2 and just get flak everywhere and madness. Lots of madness. Madness is good for the soul. Although Voodoo losing in the eco game now to Eisen, losing this expansion, taking those hits to his Tech 2 mass extractors. Surprised this one's still alive. Should be dead. But Voodoo now with Harpy production, working on a decent upgrade. Like to say Might be Raz. Raz would be logical at this point. But it could be that weird disruptor thing. Tech 2 transport's now being produced by Eisen. Drops, totally an option. Totally good option. Let's see, what's he gonna drop? Could be anything. Could be nothing. And of course, in important land battle, there are Harbies in this. They are taking a decent bit of damage. Eisen's force is very spread out, although he can use this to advantage almost by kiting. Shields fall. Another forces from Eisen have accumulated themselves up at the top. Eisen with huge map control advantages now just completely out-ecoing. Massive drops prepared from Eisen. He's got a ferry point and everything. Ferried them directly into the back of Voodoo's base. Can Voodoo intercept? Everything is brought in. Super drop. What does Voodoo see? What does Voodoo see? Does he know? He sees the air. He sees the air. He doesn't want to fight the air directly. He doesn't know nothing. Suddenly, 2 transports full of Tech 1 and Tech 2 units drop in the back of his base. We'll have to send Harbies in to deal with that immediately. All the air is scrambled, but there's not enough of it. This transport lands on top. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Ouch. Although, not entirely a lost opportunity, can push forward. Meanwhile, while these drops are going on simultaneously, Eisen pushes through the middle of the map, doing things, very fancy things. But of course, almost done with his upgrade. But I believe he wants to pause it just to keep his shields up. Alright, so it's POing me. Okay. Yes, it said you quit Nuke Storm. Maybe I'll tab. Monster. That time that Tech 2 Max will not survive. Voodoo losing eco left, right, and center. But I don't know, with the numbers of Tech 1 and Tech 2, can he take out the Harby here? He might be able to. Harby shield does go down. Voodoo power stalling. Emergency Tech 1 point events all over the place. Alright, thank you guys. Thank you. Alright, I'm gonna stop responding to PMs now, because I know my stream's working. Tech 1 artillery can't really do too much at this point. Maybe taking out some more Tech 2 mass extractors and TMD. This mass extractor going to Tech 3. Ooh, that's a nice target. You wanna hit that. Although this Tech 2 Max wouldn't be half bad itself. I'm not looking at the PMs anymore. The Tech 2 Max does go down. Thanks to one last faithful Aurora shot. Maybe a few Tech 2 PD'd out here with this Tech 2 engineer wouldn't have to be a half bad idea. Looks like Voodoo has managed to retake this expansion. Giving him a nice mass boost, but now Tech 3 from Eisen. Fine. And you forced me to do it. Oh man, guys. Tech 2 point events being rushed up. Few Harbies might fall, but the upgrading Tech 2 factory won't make it. Won't make it at all. More drops going on. Harbies being brought to the front. Shield flak. Harby, go, 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 go. Another force trying to push in on Voodoo's territory. There isn't a lot here to defend. Just a lot of wasted mass. How did Eisen get that max? That's what I want to know. Drops coming in. Harvey's being brought to the front with shields and all numbers of things. Drop armors now being produced by Voodoo. Some nice Tech 3 air production. Has a power advantage. He is closing in on that mass advantage. And now with this deadly Tech 3 force on the top, Eisen might be a bit scared. He doesn't have that many. He's got a lot of eco invested up here. Doesn't have much invested down here. Going for that Tech 3 air. He's paying most of his factories, which will prevent him from doing too much eco nonsense. course, Voodoo just catching up in that eco game. He got his Raz, first Raz anyway, and now he's just happy doing whatever he wants, building many defenses, lots of Tech 2 point defense, coating the entire outside of his base, strap armors to defend. If Eisen could pull off a killer drop here, that could definitely switch the game around though he has to hurry because his eco is being targeted by those Harbies, trying to rush up this Tech 2 point defense. Eisen he's got a lot of flack. Also, this power might be at risk if the Harbies get a bit close. Of course, now they just want to take out these Tech 2 mexes because they make up such a huge portion of Eisen's eco. That poor shield never stood a chance. Looks like drops from the Harbies dropping directly on top of other Harbies, but that's not going to do much. There's only 2 there. They can try and kite. Do the kiting. And a big land engagement in the middle. Harbies and Obsidians. They're on a strap bomber moving in directly into Voodoo's air. Can he dodge the air? Oh, he does. He dodges the air. One strap bomb would be amazing. Bomb goes off. What is it? What's the target? Tech 2 power, maybe? One Tech 2 power goes down. Voodoo's ego ignores it. Actually, no, that was a decently important. Second bomb comes off, takes out another Tech 2 power. At this point, Voodoo's eco much worse off, but Eisen lost his Tech 2 power of his own. Trying to even up that power game, but can he do it? He's got the strap bomber. 3 strap bombers for Voodoo. Finally goes down. Voodoo almost twice the power at this point. Power stalling like mad. But now the strap bomber's coming in. Eisen has to deal with the fact that he's got Harbies on his doorstep. He has overcharges available. He isn't power stalling. Shield comes in immediately. Overcharges more. Strap bombers come in. And Eisen goes down minute 27. Eisen, that was a fantastic fight. GG. Such polite players. Shield, you're out of position. Should be over there. No, but thank you for watching, and for all the people in the VOD, good night. Of course, the stream will continue. Because it can. Alright, let's see what we can do. Well. That's a chat. If I've ever seen one. Yeah, I'm gonna cast your game. Alex. Is it a 1v1? Alright. Alright. You can stop now, Meteora. It's fine. someone else streaming. I guess. I don't know. He's the Vulcan guy is streaming Left 4 Dead 2, not Forge Alliance. I need to get Patrick in this chat. Who complete it. Make it beautiful. Found your game. Let's load this up. Oh, boo. Patrick. You ruined everything. Terrible. So time for what I've told is Alex versus Crazed. Meteor, that wouldn't be a stretch. But hello and welcome to the Forge Alliance Forever match. I'll be your host, Swkoll, and today I'm looking at Crazed versus T. Alex. Alex has sent me this replay. Because he's Alex, I must cast. So this is Crazed Chariot in the bottom right corner, weighing in at 2,350 global ladder points. And up in the top left corner, we have T. Alex weighing in at 1,645 global ladder points. But he is Aeon. And Crafty's Maximus is good for Aeon, because Auroras can hit from this cliff and hit your Maxus. So I'm assuming Alex is going to exploit this fact in a terrible, terrible way, which involves embarrassing Crazed Chariot. And then Crazed Chariot wins anyway because it's Crazed Chariot. It's my prediction. I'm not sure. Could be anything. I haven't watched this before. I usually don't watch casts in advance. I sometimes do, but rarely. Alex is going to send out some 3 early scouts. Cover all the raiding passages. This one... Ah, there we go. It's getting redirected around the corner. Much better. I want it to turn around so bad. Oh, it went the right way. Dang it, pathfinding. So, just expanding engineers up the top. Alex is going to send one run into the water. Crazed Chariot. Less lab action protecting this. Aggressive scouts. Being aggressive. A few Auroras from Alex. All the usual McGubbins. Alex, of course, leading out with a first inti from both these players. Playing it very safe. Inti scout, then Inti, and then a second bomber for Alex. This pure Inti micro might be able to take out Crazed's interceptor. That's one advantage you have when you are 700 points below the player you're facing. They completely underestimate you. So if Alex can exploit this fact, he can win. He just needs to make Crazed mess up in such a stupid way. He can win. And I do not doubt that Alex has this capacity. Poor scouts. Sent to their deaths. Unnecessarily. I'm gonna cast it anyway. Guys, I'm pretty sure Alex is skilled in this game. Just by the length of it, I know, Alex. Anyone who can last that long versus Crazed deserves the game being casted, especially if that's your rating. First, you're just going to get some mexes up top, securing the top expansion, pulling ahead in score, but in eco, still relatively balanced. Of course, Alex far fewer tanks, massive Mantis hit squad going around the bottom, going directly into Alex's base, or I assume maybe stopping, like a rest stop, maybe some hamburgers and stuff. Nah, then they'll go back home. It's fine. Little engagements on different sides of the map, and of course, Crazed Chariot expecting Aurora nonsense, getting a nice frigate. That'll probably come out minute 7. Nice raids from Mantis on the back, going to pick up that build capacity being built out of this southernmost factory. Not going to let Alex secure this expansion. Going to have to run away from his ACU though. This force might get itself a bit trapped. But Crazed Chariot continues to push forward, continues to do madness, mayhem, general nonsense. Alex somehow ahead in economy. Also doing these expansions down here. Frigate gonna go ahead, harass the engineers trying to get the expansions, and then perhaps going around here, or maybe this could be a defensive frigate, waiting for Auroras to come in, try to harass Crazed base, take out some power, get rid of a Tech 2 mass extractor. Crazed teching directly to Tech 2. Minute 8, fairly fast. Alex is a hero. Hoplites move up the top. Aurora's got nothing on these hoplites. So high and mighty. Oh, but the ACU ruins the fun. Can the engineer get up there? Escorted safely by the hoplites. Yes, it can. Miracle Engie from Crazed to get to the top. Though there's a nice group of Wagners and hoplites down waiting for Alex. And of course, the new Sovereign player must of course choose Rhino. Because Rhino is great, Rhino is powerful, Rhino is possibly overpowered. I'll leave that to the balanced discussion guys to determine. Oh no, the NGU died. Dumb NG. Stop dying. That's not how the game goes. It's supposed to die. Of course now, subs being produced from Crazed. Fox producing subs as well. But because he's behind in the sub war, it's difficult to catch up. But Crazed just going to pick up the mexes that would have belonged to Alex. Alex, of course, with a big mass lead, just has been using his eco to tech like a monster that he actually is. Alex actually a monster. In case you didn't know, hoplites continue to move out. There's nothing really here. Alex trying to get that upgrade finished before the hoplites scare him away. Tech 1 point defense going down. Does Chris know his ACU's here? Oh yeah, he definitely knows. He can see him. So Crazed Chariot possibly thinks he can win this battle. Alex, I don't know if that was a cancel or he actually finished. Let's see his ACU. Looks like he has the range upgrade. Does he have the fire rate upgrade? I need to slow this down. Why do I have it so fast? He's got range, no fire rate, but that's okay. He can overcharge hoplites. That's all you need. And holy crap, Alex teched almost most of his factories to Tech 2. Of course, the most advanced factories go to Tech 2. No, not the ones that are safer. Getting those energy storages up for the overcharge ability. Advanced hoplite production continues. And a nice run by from Alex might be able to deny Crazed Chariot's expansion. Of course, now Crazed is going to grab these islands in a very slow, painful manner. I don't know why it's painful, but it probably is. Okay? Just go with it. Massive shield production being brought down from Alex. This is shields. Yeah. Maybe with 5 shields this ACU can win. What a fight. Shields move in. No, shields decide that they don't have any DPS between them and retreat. They'd be attempting to lure the hoplites in. Alex, with his range upgrade, overcharging everything. Let's go into tracking mode. Oh, that broke. Boo. Come on, Alex. I want a beautiful overcharge right there. Come on. Alex taking damage. Needs to dodge the hoplites. Or forces somehow showed up, but meanwhile, forces from Krace's chariot pushing into the base. Tech 2 point defense being erected. But is it in time? Is it in time? There's Medusa here. Medusa are surprisingly good against Tech 2 point defense if they're already in range. Looks like Krace's chariot getting some torpedo launchers against Alex's sub-spam. And Alex wins the battle with the ACU, many shields, many Tech 2 units. Although he is losing the naval fight in a slow and annoying manner. Things. Guys, this chat. Yeah, tell Master Fu. Just tell him. If you're gonna spam chat, just spam Aeolus with the link to my stream. Actually, that sounds like a terrible idea. Don't do that. Alex gonna go Tech 2 air. Of course, the logical answer is Mercies. No, it isn't. But Swiftwinds being produced, as they should be. A massive floating army has arrived. Overcharges from Alex under the shield. We'd have to make sure not to take too much damage from the rhinos, but the shields should cover him until they go down, and then he can run into the water and be safe until his Hequin subs show up, and then ouch. Alex doing a decent job of keeping his stuff together. He's got lots of mass here to reclaim once he wins. Actually, looks like the force is trying to run away from him. It looks like they're going to force him into the water now that all his shields are dead. Rhinos forced Alex into the water. No, Alex is going to come back out. It's a party. Oh, and a brilliant overcharge takes out not two, but 3 units. And then the Blazes show up all in unison to take out the remaining Rhino. Good job, Blazes. Oh, of course, Hoplites being mildly annoying up at top. Just doing harassment. Sword Forged Lance crashed there for a second. But gunships are now being produced from Crazed. He's made the transition into Renegades. And Tech 2 air. All the things that brings about. Blazes on the move. Blazes do not like this composition. Blazes just don't like Cybern at all. And thus they melt. Blazes, of course, made out of paper. Only 1,000 hit points. I mean, looking at a Rhino, twice that. Hoplite, half that. It all works out. It's math. Math usually works out. And of course, the attacking group of shields brought in by all the units working in parallel production up top. Of course, Alex with some nice veterancy, managing to somehow survive. All the shields go down simultaneously and are immediately targeted by Craze, taking them out. Craze just doing nice things, staying up top. Maybe a torpedo creep. No Tech 2 Navy, it appears, or no, looks like some Tech 2 Navy. Crazed, of course, now doing the out-ecoing that he's taken the water maxes. Actually, has he done that much ecoing? Indeed, a decent amount. Of course, Alex still wins in the power game. Lots of torpedo launchers being ready for Alex. Might be looking for a snipe. He knows inties aren't being produced, because the gunships are being surprisingly effective. Why would you build inties when you can build gunships? Oh, but Crazed, being the sore loser that he is, gonna walk up on land and not be a loser at all. Dang it. Or suicidal frigate. We'll commit suicide. 2 torp launchers. Alex having a hard time controlling this bottom expansion. versus everything. That everything untold. Alex gonna run straight through the middle. Like, all right, you don't have a wall, you don't have defenses. Let me kill your Tech 2 mechs. I can do that for you. This can be arranged. But Alex somehow controlling this. Both top expansions. As Craze finally managing to micro his transport with the best acrobatic skills ever. Torp bomber production finally stopped. And of course the logical thing to do is mercy production. No, just keep winning that air, it'll be fine. Crazed, of course, making the transition to Tech 3 loyalist land stuffs. Loyalists in the mix with the hoplites and the rhinos and the Wagners and all the manner of things. Things that 3 Tech 2 points can't counter. Or a wall of power. This isn't a line, this is a wall of power. You pass a certain point where it becomes a wall. Like if it goes out of your base and is longer than your factory spam, got a problem. Suicidal frigates being surprisingly not suicidal. Although the army units are. Loyalists doing wonders, continuing to push as the Tech 3 upgrade started. Where is that Tech 3 upgrade? Only 26% of the way done. There's nothing left for Alex. There's just nothing left. Well, there's factories and power and stuff, but that doesn't count. Not a small army, but dramatic when there's nothing left. Of course, Crazed with his hit score out of 6 Tech 1 subs. We can take on just about anything. Tech 2 Navy completed for Alex. I just hit my hand on the lamp. And now, Chris Jarrett begins the slow process of dismantling a power wall while under attack by shields. Shields quite deadly, of course. Destroyer's 40% done. Tech 3 land is 71% done. But there's just nothing left. Brick production now beginning from Crazed. He's ready with the bricks. Ready to do the things. Dancing. Wool is coming in the south. Taking off this expansion. Doing the mass. Let's continue to do wonders in terms of DPS. Completely dismantling Alex's army. Alex seriously needs something, but he just doesn't have the eco. Working on a fourth of the mass. Nice defense with the Torp bombers now. Might have been his only hope. Now Craze sitting under lots of defenses. Multiple Tech 2 flax, shields, many things. Many things that are nice and shiny. And the game continues as I check who PM'd me. Alex. Look at reclaim, okay. If you insist, I will look at the reclaim. Alex sitting at 15,000, Craze Chariot 3,000. Can respect that. There's all this fighting down here, but then Alex explodes. This is not 27 minutes. It's 23 minutes. Oh well. So, I guess that was an interesting game. Alex did some nice work with his Tech 2 Aeon, using the advantage. If he got that snipe off, that would have definitely been really nice, but Craze decided to come out of the wire at that moment. Really didn't help him. Plus, all the mass Alex invested into teching into Tech 2 never really paid off, because Craze just built Tech 3 land and won. Especially not going for the islands, losing the water mexes, losing Navy, as much as you can lose Navy with a few Tech 1 subs being produced at a time. Although you can't blame the player on this map. There's so many things going on, so much to do. It's crazy. So if you're on the VOD, thank you for watching and good night, and if we're on the stream, I might continue a bit longer. You need more G's. Meteora. That's an insufficient number of G's. What? No, Astro, don't leave. It's apparently an amazing chat. Yeah, I still got the ID. So let's see, what has the chat called Imba? Rhinos. Blazes. Crazed. Blazes again. Oh, very good. Yeah. Very nice. No, I promised Nuke Storm that I'd cast his game. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be any good. It could possibly be good. Let's see. Less than 1% drop frames. We're doing good. Been an hour and 27 minutes into the stream. Nuke Storm, you want me to cast an ISIS game? Or the no, that's our Loki. Isn't it? Polar Bear versus Nuke Storm. Bye pros. I eat Astro. Alright. I don't know. Do I cast a 1v1 ISIS? Because that's really dumb. Vote in the chat. I'll do it. And plus 10,000. And he received people got reclaimed one stuff. I would. Yeah, Sirius is a great map to cast. It's fantastic. Lots of large choke points that allow for ecoing. Lots of mass to push the game to Tech 3 land. Alright. Let's get this ISIS going. It'll be an ISIS game. ISIS, guys. ISIS. Someone say ISIS? I said ISIS. Here we are. No, I'm not gonna do replay review. Well, I might review it next. Everyone's gone. So let's get a game. So, hello and welcome to the Forza Alliance Faircast. I'll be your host, Swkoll, and today I'm doing an Average Joe's Nuke Storm versus Polar Bear. Nuke Storm has sent me this. and it is apparently good, but I do not trust him. So let's watch it +7. It's a reasonable fee for an ISIS game. This is ISIS. There's reclaim and the choke points, and there's a second expansion to take. Very heavy eco map. It's the only real map, one of 3 maps that really has its own specific set of players. The other 2 being Sentence and Thermo. Looks like I'm getting off a nice and early bomber. Build orders all subpar. It's okay. Storm sends his bomber to the bottom. And now let's put this in an actual speed. Takes out expanding energy, and that'll be a bit of a setback to Polar Bear as he does his things. Polar Bear, of course, just sitting around waiting to reclaim. So he's full in mass. And these players not building enough power. Although I will give him credit, he's not power stalling. Never mind. He's trying not to power stall, and he's got a template. That's a plus. Polar Bear pushing forward with tanks. Nuke Storm getting Raz at minute 5. How long till Nuke Storm realizes he's getting Raz? No, oh nope, not Raz anymore. It's just gun. Why build power when you could just get gun? Duh. Logic. Though he might be in slightly better shape once he gets his Hydra up, if he gets his Hydra up before the gun's complete. No, he canceled the gun, it's fine. Now he's just stalling on power. Oh my gosh, you're not even getting the reclaim. Or Polar Bear isn't. Nuke Storm got something. It's fine. This is super noob. I'm bored. See. This is +10. Polar Bear spamming units. There's a gun commander, so they go around the gun commander. Too bad gun commander couldn't move. He gets another upgrade. He switches his gun for Tech 2. And he builds point defense. And attacks. But ends up feeding Nuke Storm even more. And they're even in eco. They only have 47 mass at minute 12. On Thermo. Nuke Storm builds some fancy walls that don't actually do much. Build some TMD. And some TML. Some TML work. What does he do? Let's see, what is he TMLing? He's hitting the Land Factory HQ, but there's 2 Land Factory HQs. Whoa, whoa, guys, 2 Land Factory HQs, because 1 wasn't enough. Maybe I should make a video on how NGMod works. That's 1 too many. Building Tech 1 point defense without walls. Building things. Or Tech 2 point defense fire. Where is this? Nowhere. Just point defense at the top. Next one with a nice position here. It's not too much. Meteor, we don't need your troll things. And Rhinos because they are a good win versus the Tech 1 land, and because they're much more expensive. Now do Rhinos move out versus the heavily defended position? I don't know. Yeah, Mantis move in and die. Tech 2 point defense trying to do stuff, but no, the shields hold. It's all fine. I'm not even gonna move in to engage the Tech 2 point defense. I'm just gonna sit there and shoot him at him with the mole missile launchers. So I'm just spending all his mass on that, but it's okay. Doing almost kind of damage. I'm sorry, Nuke Storm. Your game sucks. It's the honest truth. Sometimes the truth is harsh. TML comes up, snipes the shield. TML war continues. Well, not TML war, but point defense war. Which no player actually wants to get in any decent range. Polar Bear does more stuff. Nuke Storm overbuilds scouts to intimidate his opponent. I imagine that's the plan. Another attack in which rhinos win. Not Nuke Storm rhinos. There's a difference. This Meteor laugh. Laugh at him. Check your radar. No one bothering to get this reclaim. It's fine. It's fine. I know a bunch of people who are going to watch this are going to get so mad. But I know Nuke Storm. I'm allowed to do this to him. I'm allowed to be this mean. Nuke Storm getting bricks, because why get loyalists when you can get bricks? Overbuilt Mongoose died a brick. AC does not overcharge the bricks because that would be too easy. One brick dies and he wins. Because he didn't... Oh, he TML sniped him. Okay. Good job. You did a TML snipe on ISIS. Pat yourself on the back. I don't know. Do I continue? Mumble. You want Mumble. Yes, you hit a moving target. Congratulations. Survival. I don't know. I've been going straight for 1 hour, 37 minutes, 55 seconds. Take that, Guile. It's a series of games. Does that count as an epic? Well, how long was my last stream? That was super long. Let's check. I'll go call Spaz. He likes to cast survival. No, that was mean. But our last stream was 3 hours 30 minutes. Oh man, I don't know if I can top that. That's a tough demand. Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, but you're not talking, Alex. There's a difference. You're just playing and have ads for condoms and stuff. Not buying it. Not buying it. ID 1. I've never thought of that. I'm kind of interested in what ID 1 is. It's probably not a game though. Maybe sometime. Let's see. Meteora. Not up for a game review. I was training Nuke earlier. That's enough. My FAF Karma to be back in balance. Thor Gaming. Alright. Back now. Let's see. I haven't done any of your games before Thor Gaming, so I'm going to give you priority. Because reasons. Yeah. Oh, wrong replay. Dang it. Gaming, here we go. Copy. Paste. Ooh. This map, Forbidden Pass, is that on ladder now? Oh, TA can't dual cast with me. Tragic. Alright, so, switch it to the map. It is a live game. This map brings back memories of immortal turning games that went horribly wrong. Horribly wrong. Sir Croft, not Sir Louis. This is his name. Looks like it in Thor Gaming. Actually, proper intro. Hello and welcome to the Forge Alliance Forevercast. I'll be your host, Swkoll, and today we're looking at a game on stream sent to me by Thor Gaming versus Sir Croft, not Sir Louis. It's a UEF versus Cyber on Forbidden Pass in this map. Back on the ladder. Brings back memories of immortal turning games versus teams that were way better than I was. Actually, not Immortals Tourney, something else. I think it was a 2v2 or something. So, players, this will be part review, part actual cast. Players, as you can see, average Josie. That's a term. Thor Gaming. He sent me this. I'll look on his over his shoulder. Doing a decent build. Getting the 7P Gen's second air. Sending groups down to protect his expanding engineers going to the bottom. Wait, actually, Thor Gaming, how long is this? Like, how long is this replay? Go ahead, getting his second air. Don't know what's coming out of that. Swkoll going ahead, getting his Hydro down here. It's a outlaw in his power situation. A bit far for the Hydro. Get that Hydro, but that you can definitely get away with doing the Hydro. Oh, alright. Can't remember this game. Alright, in that case, I'm going to take a break here. Maybe come back in a few hours. So, thank you all for watching on the stream. And, good night. Of course, I can just do your games later. Twitch chat. I can't preserve all the Twitch chat because it limits me to what I can see. I'll still look at your games later.